Yo dudes, what's up? This is episode 41 of the occasional vlog thing. And yeah, so it's been 6 weeks since the last one. So I guess a lot of things have happened. Well, first of all, desperately, the horrendous war in Ukraine. Thank you, Putin, you moron. Honestly, what is the point? Yeah, what is the point? I don't know what the point is. I don't know what he's trying to achieve. It's just, well, apparently he thinks he wants to be a great all-conquering Tsar. I do think he needs to be removed from post, I think is the phrase. And the sooner the better. So, following the end of COVID restrictions, we've been sort of gradually getting back to normal, and to the extent that we actually had some people around for tea a few weeks ago. It was our next door neighbours, and it was conditional on them bringing 2 bar stools of their own, because we bought the island unit in the last video and 2 stools to go with it, because there's only 2 of us. And the plan was, in the fullness of time, we would get another 2 stools, and they fold up, so we stash them away when they're not being used. We invited them for tea, and we hadn't got any money to buy the stools at that point, and also we didn't have any time to get down to Ikea to do that. As it turned out, they had some stools and they brought them, and we had a fantastic time. It was just so much fun. Well, at least 2 years since apart from our son and his girlfriend, we've not had anybody else in our house in all that time, really. So that's been kind of weird. Oh, the annual check by the gas man. And then a couple of weeks ago, British summertime started. Now, this is when the clocks, they go forward in the spring, they fall back in the autumn. It's an utterly pointless thing. I don't know why they persist in doing it. In fact, both America and the EU have decided to stop doing daylight savings time. And, good for them, but as we're no longer in the EU, we're not going to do it, because we're independent. But the great thing about British summertime is the sun sets later in the evening, and so we can, if the weather's good, we can sit outside. So that will come. I mean, the weather at the moment is not good. It's we had a week of sunshine, and then we had almost a week of back to winter with snow on 2 or 3 days, and one day it actually settled, an inch or so. So that was kind of weird and unexpected. But yeah, going back to sitting out in the garden, down at the bottom of the front garden, we've had this kind of decking arrangement made from old wooden pallets, which was okay, and didn't cost anything. But a while ago, Mrs. Planet did stand on it, and one of the planks just snapped in half, and her foot went down. Fortunately, it's not a elevated deck, it's only a few inches off the ground. So we actually went and bought some decking timber, and I chopped it up and assembled it into a little platform. When the summer comes again, which I think is going to be next week, I'll set about levelling it, because it slopes down a bit at the moment, and feels pretty unsafe when you're sitting on it on a chair. So yeah, I'll get that done. And then the weekend just gone, we went to Ikea to get those stools of which I spoke. Normally it should take only about between 20 and 30 minutes to get to Ikea from here. On this occasion, it was Saturday afternoon, and the sat-nav insisted that we try to get onto the motorway, the local motorway, M621, at the Elland Road junction. You'll have heard of Elland Road if you're interested in football. It's the home of Leeds United. And so I guess they had a game on, because that roundabout, that junction, was just absolutely gridlocked. It's got traffic lights on it, and it would go green for 3 or 4 cycles, and nobody would move from our side, because nobody could move up ahead because of whatever was happening down that road. Anyway, eventually, probably after at least half an hour, we got to the lights, and so the next time they changed, I could there was like 3 lanes of traffic going off to the left. I wanted to go straight ahead, get onto that roundabout and get onto the motorway. And I could maybe squeeze it, maybe not, but actually what I did was I went up on the grass, up on the verge, to get around this enormous car that was blocking the road in front of me. So I'll probably get a fine for that, I expect. But anyway, got to do it. Because if I didn't do it, just wouldn't go anywhere. Anyway, right, so we got to Ikea and we walked around and we were hungry by this time because of sitting in the car for ages and ages and ages. So we went as directly as possible in an Ikea store, which isn't very directly, to the restaurant, and we had meatballs, Ikea meatballs, the best thing ever. So that was a real treat. And then I just moseyed on around, picked up the cushions for the 2 stools. Also, I saw a very nice spatula for £1, so I grabbed that. And then we went on to the big warehouse bit where you pick your large items, and hit the computer and found the stool and saw that they haven't got any. And it'll be 7 weeks before they do have some. So the cushions were returned to stock, and I did buy the spatula. So it wasn't a completely wasted trip. Meatballs and a spatula, and, well, it was a day out, wasn't it? And then after that, we went and looked in, the Ikea at Leeds, it's in a huge retail park, and there's a bunch of other furniture shops. And so we went in those. And actually, I can't remember the last time I was in a furniture shop that wasn't Ikea. So we kind of were shocked, really, that, the first one we went in, they had some bar stools. They weren't suitable. They were not foldable. But also, they were all at least £200. And we trudged around it. The place is empty. It's some miserable salesman dotted around trying to make eye contact, and we were trying not to. Saturday afternoon, they should be busy. But, big, overstuffed, ugly, expensive furniture. No, thank you. So that's what we've been up to. I hope you enjoyed hearing about it. And, see you next time, whenever that is.